Welcome back to another episode of Terry Thornberry Performance. Now, not only today, but this week is going to be a great week. We got a lot of work to get done. You already see Austin in the background, so you already mean one thing. Work is about to get done, baby. So let's go to Air Gas real quick. Let's get these tanks filled up, and let's give you a little update on what we're gonna be getting done this week, baby. Woo! Let's go. Woo! So we just got back from Air Gas, and we got a lot of things to get done. So, as I said, we gotta wire it up to fire it up, baby. So let's go. Check this out. Jack's been working hard on this 1UZ S13 for Johnny at Top Gear Barber.
No, it's not double vision from the other 240. This is obviously Johnny's one, like we said, went to the K, giving him more drivability, reliability with the 1UZ, wanting a different route. But we got some big things to show you around the shop. Terry's gonna mention. But you can already see, we already got my boy Austin right here, dog.
You know, Love Motorsports came in, getting it cracking.
Exactly.
We got the fab side over here all situated. You guys will see this in a minute.
What do you mean? Take him over to your side right now.
Come over here, guys. Come check out the new setup. Come back in here. We got paradise, baby.
Oh,
we got
man.
saws, grinders, tube benders, TIG welder, MIG welder, another TIG welder.
Oh, man.
We got the whole 9 yards.
We're
ready to rock and roll, baby.
We ready, baby. So, long story short, Bert had to leave. Life goes on as always. So,
Get into his family and
so
get other stuff situated.
Austin is stepping in. If you guys do not know him, check out his Instagram.
At Kill All Tires 710. Give me a follow. Fuck with the build. I got the drift builds on there. We get it cracking too. We hit track events, all that. We gonna be banging doors soon with the boys.
It comes full circle because we've actually been in the burn yard battle way back in the day when me and Terry were there. So Austin was there. He had his BMW 4-door. Crashed it and made that shit to a truck, a ute, baby.
So pretty much as he just said, we met at the burn yard. That's the first time we ever spoke.
Yep, that was 20.
Met the boys, they had their booth set up there.
Yep.
And yeah, I thought they were super legit. Boosted hard bodies, 240s boosted. They had the whole fucking setup out there. And
it came the other way around. They came to, he had the BMW, he had a 720 as well that he had all done up and modded, showing his stuff. So it's cool because you know, you meet people who do the same stuff in your own world, and it's cool when you actually like get to relate and like bounce back and forth and stuff. But wait, we got one more guy too. Check out behind you, dog.
So it's a full circle, baby. We just love how all the love and everything just comes around. But we got one more. So Chris from Exclusive Minis came down. You already know.
What's the deal? I'm Chris, y'all.
So he's working on this 370Z.
Getting down on it. Simple fix. Intakes.
He's gonna be helping Jack and I around the shop. So yeah, he is basically the new mechanic. So we definitely need a lot more. We definitely need a lot more help around the shop.
Well, we needed a lot more help around the shop because we have a different mindset right on how we want the shop to be oriented, presentable, and things running right. So it's just a different atmosphere we need at the end of the day. So it all comes down to both these gentlemen have their own build, and it comes down to saying, well, someone's got to do it, right? They're not going to help them, they're going to do it themselves. Austin's already building his car, whether he's met us or not, which is a great key aspect for us. Chris is already building his truck, regardless if he met us or not. And those are the people that we want on our team to make sure that we can all progress forward.
And we feel that surrounding ourselves with the people that have the same mindsets as us, as you know, whether we're with each other or not, things are still gonna get done and builds are still gonna get done. So let's go, baby. As you guys can see, we got one build missing from the shop, baby, and that's the manual GS300. So where's that at? Let's go check. Oh no! She's sitting beauty right outside the shop. Oh man. So yes, the VIP GS300 manual 5-speed is done, ladies and gentlemen.
So we can give you kind of a little build spec on what we did with the car, obviously.
A little build breakdown, baby.
Build breakdown. So we went in, it was already automatic, came in, did the 5-speed swap, went with the W58. In this age, there's a lot of transmissions you can go with, but we kept it nice in reliability and cost efficient, ladies and gentlemen. These already came in the IS300s. They're perfect for the GS series. Went ahead, did the full ACT clutch system, flywheel, clutch, pressure plate, and last but not least, gotta have a clutch pedal, right? Terry said in the last video we went with the 350Z clutch pedal as well with the whole master cylinder. Just to keep it true, when you go to an auto parts store and if something goes to break down, you know exactly what to go with. Last but not least, here you've seen the beautiful 3-piece rims, 19 by 10.5. So we went ahead and did the body kit all the way around like you've seen Terry put on. We had the rear wing, the front lip, the rear bumper, and this beautiful hood garnish with obviously to touch it up with that Altezza front grille, ladies and gentlemen. You guys have already seen the interior. The wood finishes all off, and with that 5-speed manual aluminum stick to shift gears, baby, it's the icing on the cake.
What are you doing, dog?
Just finished cutting off some tabs off this to make it a flush fit for the intakes.
Can't wait to see how that 370Z comes out. Look at the 510. Drive shafts all on. Trans mounts all on. Jacks wiring headache number 2, or actually number 1. But this is number 2, but number 2's having Jack's attention right now.
Number 2's on 3s, the 1s and the 2s and 3s, and stuff that's gotta get done.
If you guys are looking at this video now, just take very good close look at Jack's hair, because next year there probably won't be any.
No, I'll be freaking bald, dude.
He'll be bald like his dad.
Yup, because at the rate I'm going,
Oh.
I can even talk.
So yesterday, Johnny, Top Gear Barber, he actually came by. Jack and I started it up for him. He was really, really happy. Big old smile on his face, super stunned on how the V8 sounds, because we did a full custom exhaust on this. So once it goes up in the air, I'll show you guys more in depth on how the exhaust came out and everything like that. But man, not only that, we got the root beer 720 coming together. We got Austin already throwing the intercooler on with the intercooler brackets. Sheesh. The intercooler's not on there by Bluetooth.
We out here, Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill.
Oh man. But we actually had to change up the turbo side, the hot side a bit different. So we took off the old Garrett T28 that was on there and threw on a T3. So it's not going to have that big adapter on it how it was. So it's not going to be sticking up above the engine. Believe it or not, when the turbo was on, it was actually up here, which is a lot higher than the engine. So now that everything sits beautifully and how it's supposed to. Now we can actually move forward with the process. We got the intercooler piping, we got the couplers that Jack and I went to G&J for. We had to get a lot of things for this. The oil feed from the block was stripped. Couplers. We had to do mounts. We had to do a lot of things. Put the stock oil pan back on because the aluminum oil pan that the customer got from the CX Racing was not for this chassis. Did not line up, did not fit. So we obviously made SR to 720 motor mounts that you don't even need to change the oil pan, and yes, it clears the steering linkage, baby. So that's how the root beer Datsun is coming together. The Sylvia 240, Jack's, you already know, Jack's already pulling his hair out, getting the wiring all done. We're gonna clean up a lot of the wiring that's inside the engine bay.
I feel like when we're saying that, we're coming to a conclusion that the wiring is all messed up. It's not that. It's just the wiring is fairly easy. It's like I said, it's very simple. It's just now with our business and what we're trying to do, I try to go above and beyond the wiring, making it clean, tucking it up. Instead of doing butt connectors, I have connectors in the back of the cars we've had that have, you know, quick disconnects. I try and do that. I utilize it. So it's like a learning process. So I'm under here because the car is cramped. That's where I get frustrated. The whole wiring game, that's not what messes me up. It's the whole enchilada of the wiring. It's under the dash and the freaking radio and the seats, and you can't get under, and etc, etc, etc. Other than that, if it was out when I do engine looms and all that stuff in the engine bay, it's fine, it's cake work, you know. But when you get the wiring gremlins, that's where you see the hair particles start coming out. So this is now the car that we've already had KA, right? We've already had its own gauges that were in its set mounts. Now he wants the gauges in another set position, so I have to take all the wiring that I did clean when the dash was removed and now pull all of that out through. So like I said, when I went through my last job and made it clean, now I'm coming into this time and understanding right other ways that, so I'm just rambling on. So instead of now zip tying wires and then putting the dash on, keep in the back of my head, maybe the dash or the wiring might move, so just have it loosely, cleanly set up right. It's all good. You guys will follow the journey.
But soon, if not today, tomorrow, we'll see this start up again, and I will record it and show you guys. Huh?
Definitely today.
Oh, definitely today?
Yeah, I started up yesterday, and then me and Terry were talking through some stuff, so I do want to get it started today.
Yeah, I was telling him about Johnny's reaction and how he showed up and everything like that.
Yeah, I'm just figuring out a couple stuff. Right now I can start it for you, but it's kind of redundant. You know, I'm trying to clean it up a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
Go from there.
That's why once the wiring's all a bit more situated, I'll pull you guys out.
Yesterday wasn't by the queue, it was just all by 12-volt battery. Now I'm right by the key, so I can sit here, work that way, gauge can turn on. The water pump situation, going until the mat stuff got fully. Because
well, the JDM 1UZs actually have a clutch fan that's controlled.
Well, they have the hydraulic fan that goes to your that was Terry was saying, to your clutch fan. So it utilizes the whole hydraulic system. Now at the end of the day, I was sitting here trying to kind of reinvent the wheel, meaning if you're maybe don't have access to a USDM water, it's a water pulley. It doesn't do anything. It's not even a, it's just,
it's not even a water pulley, it's just a pulley.
It's just a pulley. But when you have the JDM one, it actually utilizes the clutch fan. The USDM one, it's just there so the serpentine belt can still continue going to the AC, right? Long story short, trying to make a little return back to itself, but you know, it's just it's not beneficial for daily driving, right? So go ahead, get yourself, go to AutoZone, get yourself that pulley. It'll cost you right around 120 bucks, 160 bucks. It's about 6 volts. Remove it, put it back on. You don't have to deal with that bearings that go out.
No gasket, no RTV that needs to be put on or anything crazy. Literally, it's just a pulley assembly. That's all it is.
Yeah. So that's the only thing that we did on the red 240 hatch. The first one was already a USDM one, so we didn't need to go ahead and pull that off. This one's actually the JDM one instead of the Celsiors, so we actually do need to swap over that pulley.
As you guys see, now there's actually no hydraulic system or anything like that. Now we actually just put the pulley on, and now it spins freely on a little bearing.
And if you guys think you're gonna crack the code on that to make it work, the only way you're gonna do that is by running that hydraulic fan. You can't put grease in it, you can't self-lube it. It's just the bearing will seize, and then when that seizes, that belt will snap and fly off. In the 240 swaps, the radiator's closed, so it's gonna take everything out. But Terry's gonna show you the rest of the guys. I got stuff to do.
So Chris is working on this 370Z. This 370Z came in. The customer wanted us to install this front bumper, the rear spoiler, along with some lights that go with the turn signals right here. So as soon as you get the turn signal, it'll so that's pretty cool. So we're gonna throw that on, make sure the rear spoiler's on, because I believe he brought us the 370Z Nismo body kit. So that's the front bumper. The rear bumper's already on. The side skirts he didn't bring us, so I don't know if they came with side skirts. But there is a huge spoiler that goes on with another third brake tail light, and then we just wire that up and be good to go. That's what's Chris working on. That's what Jack's working on. And me and Austin are just knocking out the brown 720, making sure the SR is all good.
Tell them the rundown on that 720.
A little bit of the rundown, yeah. Not too much.
So there might be some stuff that you might look and be like, why'd they do that? When we're building, I don't even know how to say it, but short and simple, if you're going to follow someone's build, you know, make sure you understand the whole process of what they did to get there, you know, instead of just jumping to the running side, right? You have to walk before we can run. So make sure when you're taking notes of some of these builds, even from me and Terry, when you're watching some of our builds, you know, there may be some stuff that's left out, or there's things that we've done that we've not mentioned, or maybe I've forgotten, and it'll put you in a different situation. So right off the bat, biggest thing, I forgot the gentleman's name of the car that he is following. Well, like I said, long story short, he's running a Willwood master cylinder on there. Now he got it because he's running the master Willwood cylinder right that the guy is running, and it doesn't fit on the 720s for a 240, completely different. So, you know, there's gonna be some things that you can utilize and make it easier for yourself building it. There's some stuff that you don't have to do because we're worrying about other situations. So instead of worrying about a Willwood master cylinder, we should worry about, you know, getting a really nice wiring harness, and you know, he already has a Haltech dash, but we're still running the stock ECU. So it'd be really cool if we ran, you know, a full Haltech ECU, but
harness standalone.
Yeah, but you know, so as I'm saying, there's certain things that you should look when other people are doing their builds and make sure, you know, it's gonna make sense for your build, like what you're doing, like your pocket, your budget. And then go from there, right? And that's it.
Yes, sir. But enough talking, enough of the update. Let's get back to work and show you guys how we're gonna close this day off and what we got done for this beautiful, beautiful starting of the week, baby. Woo! Guess what showed up for the white 720 SRDE mini truck, baby. Remember the one that was just in the corner and I told you were waiting for that harness? I told you, as soon as it shows up, we're gonna get right to it. Here she is, baby. Customer just dropped off the harness. So now we can literally wire the complete engine up. Then we can wire it straight for the key. So it's OEM, as if you guys got it off the showroom floor. From TTP, baby. You know how it goes. Let's go. Because at the dealership, you can't get an SR20 720. No, only off our showroom floor, baby. So, with that being said, if you want to make your dream possible and pick up your dream, build off our showroom floor, comment, give us a call, let us know, DM us. Let's get it. Woo! Hold on. Let's go turn this stuff off over here, dog. So we're gonna turn down that music, and then we're gonna hear some real music right now, baby. Let's go. Jack Thornberry said it's ready to test. It's ready to, as I would call it, wire it up and fire it up now. We gotta wire it up to fire it up, and that's what we just did. So now it's time to fire it up, Thornberry.
Gotta do 1 minute.
All right. We all waiting.
A few moments later.
So you saying it's ready to go, huh, Barry?
Not ready to go. She's ready to start up by the key. Like I was telling you down over the passenger side, right? Yesterday when I started, it was all by the battery. Now I can sit comfortably in the compartment of the driver's seat, start the motor. Let's see if she actually does start up.
Let's hear this.
We got no alternator charging, no belts on, no water. Doesn't mean she ain't gonna start. It may start a little rough. Let's see.
Let's hear this fire-breathing dragon, baby, come to life. Dang, that's spicy.
Say anything because I think the work might just bark for itself, huh? So like I said, we got it all wired up now to the OEM chassis. Everything's by the key, gas pedal, clutch just turned it on for the starter signal. Now it's just plumbing up the rest of the stuff. So we gotta get that radiator in, intake, gotta put that AC compressor back on. All
Big
the lights.
shout out to Mishimoto. Let's go, baby.
So we got some work to be done. I think that's gonna conclude this episode at the shop, getting some work done. You've seen the 720, you've seen Austin get down on the intercooler, those motor mounts, and getting what are we looking around? Well, I know, but he's still working though, so he doesn't have to be right up in the video, you know what I mean?
Know.
He's getting done. So 720 is looking good. Then we got Chris over on the 370Z, those dual HR intakes, because you know you gotta have that one other throttle body or you're gonna lose every race out there. So boom, both intakes are actually symmetrical, looking good on the motor, and the bumper could fit on. Just gotta do just one last thing and put the rear wing on. You guys have seen other cars, so get ready to see some more builds come your way because we are itching to get back on the track and the street and get ready for more shop update progress because we're not done just yet, ladies and gentlemen.
But until then, You guys are about to see us come back tomorrow and do the same thing all over again, baby.
But in a different car, in a different way, to get that car out the shop and a new car coming in, which could possibly be you.
That's right. So we got to get started on this 510 after this S13 1UZ, baby. But until then, if we don't see you guys at the track, if we guys don't see you guys at the car meets.
Oh, we got Terry singing.
That's right. We better see you here at the shop, baby. But until then, keep liking, keep subscribing. We love all the support, but we out, baby. Woo! Keep building your dreams. Let's go.